Dímelo, Dominican York. What's going on, mi gente? Just back with an update on Toni Iommi's monkey special. So it's been about three and a half hours, and I sprayed a little more to the front of the chest, and it definitely got better. And I'm realizing that my skin was picking up a lot of patchouli, and then slowly the passion fruit, and about an hour in, the caramel and the tonka bean and the bourbon vanilla started to show up a little bit more, not pronounced, but just hints of it, and I was outside sitting down, heat was picking up, walked the dogs around the house, and the passion fruit patchouli kind of really got stronger, and that's where it lingered for me for a long time. And then now, just came back from cutting the grass. So with the sprays that I did about 3.5 hours ago, now after cutting the grass, let's see what I get. The caramel and tonka are more apparent on the shirt or on fabric, and on skin it's a little lighter than that. Now I've been sweating when I was outside because I was cutting half of the lawn. I think also the cinnamon was coming in a little bit before I went to cut the grass. Not a lot, just slightly. And right now I think I'm really kind of in that musk, ambergris, sandalwood, labdaman stage. It's got to be the base that's just, a saving grace. This stuff is good. Didn't knock me off my socks. I mean, in the beginning, all I got really was patchouli and a slight fruitiness from the passion fruit. And that really wasn't driving me crazy. Gotta admit, I got a lot of fragrances that tend to drive me crazy when I smell them. They smell absolutely stunning. And, this is just the designer section. I'm talking, I got, besides these samples, I got a lot of other niche bottles, which is probably a majority of my collection, on the other side. But Toni Iommi's, I'll give it to them. They're special because I don't have anything else that smells like this. I really don't. This smells different than 99% of my collection. I might be able to find something that is in the vein, or I probably have things that are in the vein, but this is totally different. The dry down was a little more similar to the Xerjoffs I'm used to. A lot of the Xerjoffs I have that vanilla dry down, and I'm a fan of them, and I have a big fruity top. I've got Herba Pura, I've got Herba Gold, I've got some fruity stuff. Amabile, Muse are a little denser than in terms of the kind of fruits that are pungent. Plum with Muse, and that green apple with Amabile. But passion fruit, this is the first time that I'm going with passion fruit in a fragrance, and it might not have been my favorite to go along with guava. I'm not always the best with guava, even though I enjoy the Day 3 guava fragrance because it's got a mix of a lot of stuff and has a more realistic guava scent to me anyway, to my brain. But this passion fruit, something that we grew up with, but just not always my favorite smell now that I can say that I'm wearing it. And after 3 hours, it's good. I'm glad I sampled. I've had this for about a year almost. I'm glad I'm actually getting to the samples because let's see what else. This is Herba Pura, which I have got full presentation. This must be Herba Gold. I've got full presentation. Ani, I've got. Accento is one that I'd like to try. So this might be the next one. Should be along, it's in that V collection, so it should be along that fruity, sweet, musky something. Definitely got a bottle of Alexandria, which I really haven't given any shine to. I will give shine to Alexandria this winter. It's a stunning scent. Different than everything that I anticipated from what I learned online. And this is another one. I want the wife. I smelled it just like I smelled Toni Iommi, but I don't remember. I really don't remember. La Capitale should be up there with a lot of recommendations as one of the ones to put your nose on for Xerjoff. And I guess that's why it's in this sample pack. And of course, the other day we sampled Torino 21. I don't know that I need to get it. I think it's a great scent, but I don't know that I need to get it. And I might go with something like, depending on the price, you or someone like you. But I've got things like Renaissance and Zafiro, which are different directions. Um, I think one of those carry the mint, but I would wear those in similar situations. And I've got Beach Hut Man, which takes mint in a totally greener way than Torino 21 does, not as fresh. But I think I would lean on those and maybe not have to get Torino 21 unless, I see an amazing deal sometime in the future. Wow, look at that one back there, Naxos. This is one that I definitely am so happy to have. I did get complimented the last time I wore Naxos out. I was actually hanging out with my wife, and she noticed, she heard it, and it was pretty funny. She mentioned it later on when we got home. But all these are amazing scents, and Toni Iommi is special. I'll give it back. The previous short I made said it wasn't special, and that was after 1 minute of wearing it. And it didn't impress me because I was getting all that patchouli and slight passion fruit. And then later on, the other things started to pick up. It started to get sweeter. And then also, I've been on a kind of a sweet kick. And this isn't super sweet. This is definitely on my skin, a patchouli balm, an earthier patchouli balm that really it's good. And for a while there, the sillage started to get a bit heavy because Xerjoffs, surprisingly, can overtake a room. Once you overspray, it's like you've crossed that line and that threshold. And I almost did that with this, but didn't. I mean, it's a small sample, and the sprayer was not that great, or is not that great. So I finally got a good couple sprays out, and that kind of did fulfill what I needed it to do. But on skin right now, on the forearms and the crook of my elbows, I didn't get good strong sprays. So I'm imagining with a full presentation or a decant, and you can get some really good sprays going, that Monkey Special is going to be bombastic and pretty mildly loud, meaning it's probably over moderate, over average projection, probably slightly over average. And that's just after, 3.5 hours. Who knows? But glad I sampled. I know I'm talking a lot, rambling. If you're thinking about getting your nose on Iommi, the Monkey Special, the silver bottle, reminder of the notes. Let's see what we got here. Rum, passion fruit, caramel, patchouli, bourbon vanilla, leather, cinnamon. Didn't get a lot of that. Slight hint of cinnamon. And the leather must have been enveloped in that patchouli, leather, passion fruit mix. Tonka bean, rose. You don't really pick up the rose. I didn't anyway. Bergamot, labdanum, sandalwood, musk, ambergris, and geranium. And who knows if that's in the right order, or if that's the exact notes, but that's what I kind of working with so far. But one to sample. I don't know that it's blind buy safe. I don't think it is. Get your nose on it. Toni Iommi Monkey Special. It's good. Que Dios te bendiga. Peace.